Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. Can you believe it? It is already almost October, and that is just bananas. So sit back, relax, light a candle, grab your favorite beverages, treats, and of course your planner, and let's get into this plan with me. So for this month, I am going with a spooky, Halloween-y sort of theme. Y'all know the theme that I did last month was fall, so I used a whole bunch of fall stickers and fall colors. This month I am going all in for Halloween because I have so many Halloween sheets that I want to use up. So for this cover page, I am going to be using the Coffins and Cobwebs sheet from Amuse Designs, as well as a Halloween sheet from Mandy's shop. I don't remember what it's called, but it has all the bats on it. I'm also grabbing some fun washi. Most of this is from Archer and Olive, but I also have the moon phases from Root and Branch Paper Co. and I can't remember where the other one is from, I'm sorry. But I think that this month's setup is kind of all about learning from mistakes and adapting your setups, whether it's for your planner or your life or your bullet journal, to account for things that you didn't like in the previous month. So a bunch of things that I didn't like having in the last month were a whole bunch of pages that I didn't use, as well as the quote page that I had done. I just wasn't a huge fan of it. So for October, we're just doing a 2-page cover and then a quick 2-page for my monthly goals, brainstorming stuff, and analytics. I did try to make a monthly spread, which is not pictured because I kept messing it up. I had 8 days in the week without realizing it, and I had run out of room for the month, so part of it was hanging off the page. It is not pictured in this video. That's the wonderful part of editing. I glued the pages together, cut it out, and moved on. There's also one spread in here that is upside down because I flipped my bullet journal and then forgot about it. See if you can figure out which spread it is. It's still pretty. I just need to decide if I'm just gonna write upside down in my bullet journal that week or if I'm going to turn the spread upside down and write normally. I don't know. But for this, what I'm doing is a nice little swoop of the spooky fun stuff, working its way up to the October 22. October is such a short month in terms of letters, so it didn't really fit, across the thing. If I'd wanted to, if I'd been smart, I would have centered that O in the middle, the second O, made it bigger, and then it would have just been October a lot larger. But that being said, I still really like how this spread turns out. Now, for me, I was never really a huge Halloween girl. I loved candy, and I still love candy. But, now that I'm an adult, I can just buy candy whenever I want. But Halloween candy does reign supreme in terms of flavors. Like the white chocolate Kit Kats, love those. They've gotten really into marshmallowy flavors lately, which I'm okay with. I don't hate that. And just the fact that you can go and get discount Halloween candy the next day for super cheap. I have always been a huge fan of that. And as this swoop kind of comes to an end, I'm just going to be adding in a few more small details across the page and up in the corners. So we're just going to fade out and watch the swoop come into being, and my cat just knocked a pencil off my desk. So next we are moving into my brain dump and analytics pages. I really like this simplistic layout of just writing out October and then with some other color of marker. So here I'm actually going to be using black, just drawing a line and writing in some little subtitle for it. So here I'm doing October Brainstorm. And I'm just going to add some of this fun, oh so emo washi from The Greater Good. She did a collab with Archer and Olive and I snagged it. I'm so happy. And then I'm adding these skeleton keys from Caitlin Plans. You know, we love Caitlin here. Friend of the channel, planner bestie. But it also matches really, really well with sort of just the Halloween spirit that we've got going for us. And I'm gonna continue that sort of key theme into the analytics page on the right. And so on my analytics page, I keep track of all of the fun little insights that Instagram gives. So the specific ones that I look at are followers, engagement, reach, interactions, and impressions. For whatever reason, I just picked up the first pen I could find, which was this sort of smaller nib of the Tombow. And I had just completely forgotten that it's incredibly thick, and so I ran out of room. So we get things like engage, interact, impress. We lose all of the IONS, so look forward to that. I do really like how analytics came out. I haven't really been lettering with my Tombows as much. I've been using the Archer and Olive acrylographs, which are kind of a more medium nib, and they have a lot more support. And so since I press really, really hard, my Tombow, especially the black one, is a little loose, so we don't get as many thick, thin downstrokes. It's kind of like thick and thicker, you know? But I do like it. I'm actually going to be participating in, I think it's Becca, the Happy Ever Crafter or something. I think that's what it's called. Her Show Me Your Drills, just to sort of get a better sense of what I need to work on with my lettering, and I'm very excited for that. we are going into our first weekly spread of the video. And honestly, weekly spreads are my favorite to make. Now, this is kind of a lesson of, if I knew then what I know now, what would I tell you? It is to clean, if you're using a ruler with like a pen like this, clean your ruler. Because every time I set that ruler down on the page, the ink from like whatever I had just used it on, it just flies off. And so I've got all of these messy, inky splotches on this spread now. And while it may kind of go with the theme a little bit, it's a little questionable. I'm also trying out a new layout for a weekly spread. This one is inspired by, I think her name is Shada on YouTube. She has like a bajillion subscribers, but I liked how a lot of it was sort of, it's easily divided into like thirds of the page, and then I always have issues writing on sort of like the outside bits of a spread, and so like I think that it will be easier for me to sort of, you know, keep my handwriting pretty when I have more elements closer to the inside of the page. And here I am using these Fandom What's This stickers from Allie's shop, according to Allie. And with all of these shops, if I have a discount code, I will link it in the description. Some of them are affiliate, some of them aren't. But this one is. You can also see my hair. I'm just going to fix that real quick. I'm trying a new camera setup where it's a lot higher, just so that way I have more space to kind of like do things and rotate without it going just, you know, off the screen. But I do really like how this spread turned out. You can see I stopped using the ruler for a while. I think part of it was because I knew how far I needed to go, and the other part was that you can see right now, right next to that flower, there's a little diagonal line. I didn't want the ruler splotches anymore. I'm rubbing my hands trying to get the ink off. It's just not for me. But I also get out of this a big sidebar for any notes that I want to take, or sort of just ideas that I have that I want to jot down. So I'm very excited for that. So you may notice that the ribbon for the notebook is currently at the top. And at some point, I'm not really sure how or when, yes, there it is. We turned it upside down. So from the get-go, we were kind of already screwed. So this ends up being just an upside down inspired spread, which totally would have worked if I had gone with a Stranger Things theme. But alas, I did not. And there's a moment at one point where I start flipping to be like, oh, okay, what page is the next spread gonna be? And then I go, wait, where are my pages? What is happening? So here I'm using stickers from Create with Mandy, the book scraps, the Kooky Ooky Spooky stickers from Muse Designs that just dropped. They dropped on Friday. And these fun little floral ghost stickers from According to Allie. And honestly, if any of the spreads were gonna be upside down, I'm happy it was this one, because at least ghosts can fly upside down. These were like a test print that I did, so I didn't have the Cricut pressure kind of dialed in just right, which I'm glad that I was using these. You note that they're labeled as bad, and that's because I knew that they hadn't been cut properly. But they work just fine for this, and I promise that if you get anything from our shop, that it will actually be cut properly to the best of our ability. I just thought that this was a fun combo, definitely something I hadn't really thought of before, and it's not super Halloween-y. I mean, it has the ghost and it has the Addams Family quotes, but it also has the florals and kind of like the book print. It's a little bit different, and I really like it. But definitely let me know, should I write in this so that the ghosts are face up and my handwriting is also face up, or should I write it where the ghosts are face down but my handwriting is face up? That's my conundrum right now, and I really need advice. So here is the finished upside down ghosty spread, and you can see what happens when I turn my page to the right and all of a sudden the Nightmare Before Christmas spread is to the right. I go, oh, huh, well, and we move on. That's all you can do. All you can do is move on. Here I am grabbing these fun Create with Mandy watercolors that I had forgotten about. These literally just released, so we're going to use her splotches and fun little line art doodles to make just a little more light Halloween spread. I know that a lot of the Halloween spreads I've done so far have been very literal. This is a little more abstract. And we are also going to go back in and add some Caitlin Plans quotes to this, just because I feel like I wanted more quotes, and only having the boo 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 wasn't really working for me. So we pivoted. That's all you can do. And so that's what we're doing. So this came together remarkably fast, as did the next one. I think I had lost my patience a little bit after the failed monthly spread, and that's okay. Not everything that you do needs to be super complicated, high effort, you know. Sometimes you can just put splotches on a page, add some quotes, and call it good. It's gonna look amazing with the writing put into it, and it gives me a lot of space to just kind of be creative. So I will be able to actually write a whole bunch of things in this, which is my favorite thing to do. Finally, our last weekly spread, we are just doing cats on shelves. So I'm taking this black glitter Scotch washi tape with these starry cats from Caitlin Plans, and I'm just making shelves and putting cats on them, and that's it. It is so simple. It is the last spread I made, but I'm also really happy with how it came out. I feel like with all of the stars and the moons, it's definitely the Halloweeniest of these spreads that we have. And plus, adding a little bit of glitter definitely just makes me think of Caitlin. Like, in her photos, she goes and adds a little glitter outline to everything, which is just so perfectly her. And plus, Stitch, I think this is his favorite spread as well, because, he is a cat. And here is the final flip through of my October bullet journal. If you liked this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to see more of my videos, and follow me on Instagram if you want to see these after the pen. Comment down below, tell me what I should do with that upside down spread. It's so pretty, but still. And as always, happy planning.